and did you get to do any sightseeing in Rio when you were there, or were you just only focused on competition wise?
We got to do some sightseeing. We got to, yeah, we had 2 weeks off before the closing ceremonies to go watch other events and check out Brazil. So that was super fun.
And did you get to attend opening and closing ceremonies?
Just closing.
Okay. Why didn't you go to the opening ceremony?
Because swimming started the next morning, so we needed to rest.
Okay. And so when you went to the Olympics in the 2020, or I guess 2021, was it an adjustment without any crowds around?
Yeah, I think we were lucky with swimming because there's such a big population of swimmers there that people were up in the stands. But it was weird not having family there. It was weird not getting to explore the city after. It was different. We were sent home right after our event. So there's a lot of differences, but it was good to be safe and good to follow COVID protocols, and glad that there was no, I don't think, any cases within the Canadian team. So those were all good things and all worth those sacrifices.
Cool. And did you get to meet any of the other um, countries' athletes, or were you only restricted to hanging out with the your country's athletes?
Um, I would say we were still allowed to meet them. You couldn't go over to their like buildings. You could meet them in the cafeteria though. But I would it was definitely probably less social the second time.
Oh, gotcha. And what was a difficult obstacle that you had to overcome in the Olympics while swimming?
Um, Most recently, probably the pools were shut down for a couple months before Tokyo, just with COVID and safety. And so having to find other ways to train and backyard pools and trying to isolate and stay safe and protect your family and all those things. And just having that and like, are the Olympics going to happen? Are trials going to happen? So just all those thoughts. And the mental part of it was probably the most difficult.
Okay, and when you were training, did you get to be able to go to Tokyo a couple months in advance to prepare for the competition for the pool, or did you have to like prepare once you were during the week of the Olympics?
During the week of the Olympics was the first time we saw the Olympic pool.
And how many training runs were you able to do before you had to do the competition?
Probably about 8 swims.
Cool.
Yeah.
And that's cool. And for swimming, was the pool when you first did the training run, did it seem like the pool was like tough to adjust, or was it pretty easy to adjust once you got in?
That's a good question. So every pool is almost identical. So it really makes no difference. The hardest part is like the time difference and making sure your body's awake when it's supposed to be awake, and making sure that you're adjusting to the food if that's going to be different. So those are the hard parts, but the pool is the same everywhere.
And you mentioned the food, so was the food really good in service when you were at the hotel?
Yeah, it was. We were
Or
in the village, so it was awesome. They had a lot of options, and it was never too busy, and you could get in and out pretty quick. So yeah, they did. They were totally prepared, and it was a great experience.
cool. And did you is was if there was like one thing you could have changed when you were like swimming at the Olympics, what would it be, you think?
Oh, one thing I would like to change would be um probably not the first time. I wish I relaxed more. I was so scared. I was only 22, and it was my first game, so I was nervous, and I wish I would have relaxed a bit more. I think I'm glad I had the second chance to go because that was when I really tried to enjoy every moment.
Nice. And for those that don't know you, what events in swimming did you do?
The 100 and 200 meter breaststroke.
And what and was there anybody that inspired you to do those particular strokes?
Yes, Anna Mae Pierce was the world record holder. She was a Canadian and lived in Vancouver when I was in Kelowna growing up, and she had the world record in the 200-meter breaststroke. And I was 13, and I would say hi to her on pool deck, And she remembered me and she knew my name and she would wave at me at swim meets and it made a huge difference. And it was someone who was a real person on this side of the world who was on the same bus system, went to the same universities. Like it was someone who I could really identify with. And if she could do that, I thought I could too. So that was cool.
Awesome. And for inspirations in your life, do you have like any family members that are also inspirations too?
Yeah, I really look up to my mom and my dad. They're both very entrepreneurial. My dad's in real estate and really built a large business, and my mom was in fashion design and then in real estate, and now she started an SEO company. So she builds and ranks websites on Google. So, um, yeah, I really look up to them, and I'm glad I have them as role models.
Cool. And what is one goal that you have for this year?
Oh, one goal I have is to find another sport that I love. So I'm really trying to branch out. I'm trying golf. I want to get into running. I'm gonna try cycling. Gonna try like getting into more of a lifting program. So just trying to find some other sports I like and other ways I like to move.
And so you mentioned running. Have you done track before when you were in high school?
No, but I did it as a kid. So when I was like 8, 9, 10, I was on the track team and I loved it.
Awesome. And what events did you do in track?
Oh, the 1,500-meter race. I don't know what they even say.
And do you remember what your time was?
Oh no, no,
And was there any other events that you did besides the 1500?
no.
Okay, because yeah, when I did track back in middle school, they had me do the long jump as well, so I wasn't sure if they required you to do the field events too, but good to know.
No, but Conrad, I have to go, but thank you so much for having me on today.
Oh yeah, no problem. And guys, make sure to follow me at Conrad Bratz. My username is up there. I mean, is on the pinned. And thank you so much for coming and taking the time out of your day. And thanks for answering all my questions as well too. And good luck today, and go get them.
Thanks, you too. Bye, Conrad.
Bye.